Hello, yes, I need to clean up on aisle 6. We have some tea and it's about to get spilled. This is just coffee, but the imagery still stands. Hello, hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met already, hello, hi, the name's Quinn. It's very nice to meet you. I am 23 years old and I have 2 part-time jobs, both in the food service industry. Today I am stuffing my cash envelopes. I follow the cash envelope system, and when it comes to budgeting, I kind of tweaked Dave Ramsey's budgeting plan for myself for what works best for me. And I have cash tips that I made last week that I'm going to be stuffing today. If you want to skip ahead to where the cash is actually just getting stuffed, I'll put the timestamp down in the description below. I just have a little bit of tea to spill about why some of my money is not getting stuffed this week. So tiny little story time, but grab yourself a tasty snack or a lovely beverage if you want to go ahead and get into it. I have this cup of coffee that's now very cold, but I don't feel like putting it in a new glass because that's just more dishes to do. Hashtag relatable. And now into the tea, sis. Okay, so I mentioned last week that one of my paychecks from one of my jobs was going to be coming in late. So it came in on Monday. The reason why it was late is because my manager became very sick and very ill the day that she was supposed to input the payroll, and she just didn't put it in on time, basically. It didn't affect me too much. It was perfectly fine at the time, but now I'm slightly affected, okay? If you guys have been around long enough, you guys know that my old previous second job that I have before I moved into this other food service job was a front desk receptionist job at a massage place. So I'm still not going to say their exact name, but it does become kind of obvious when I tell the story. So last year in May, I bought my then boyfriend, fiance. I bought my then boyfriend, now fiance, a 6-month paid in full massage membership. But they have options. You either pay monthly and you're locked in for a contract that you sign, and then afterwards it just kind of rolls month to month. I see it as having a 6-month lease, then going from a 6-month lease to a month-to-month lease. That's the way that it made sense for me. One of the things that you could do was do a paid in full. So you can either pay the entire amount of a 3-month or 6-month or 12-month membership. It would not auto renew afterwards because you paid in full, and so it cancels immediately afterwards. So Brian has a pretty intense job. It's very physically intensive. If you guys don't know, he does the lighting design for bands, and so he goes on tour with them. So if you can imagine all that big gear, you have to be loaded in and out of trucks almost daily, twice a day, in and out, just set up to tear down, the whole shebang. So that's really physically intensive, and so he was in a lot of pain from his back. So I decided I wanted to be a good girlfriend and buy him a 6-month membership. I decided that I didn't want it to auto renew afterwards, so I did the whole paid in full because I didn't want to have the monthly payments afterwards. In my mind, I knew it was going to expire at the end of the 6 months. I worked there. I knew how it worked. So it was set to expire in September, but I couldn't remember if it was September or October. So come the end of October, November time, Brian was going through some more stressful things, or his body was like really aching and hurting, and so I decided to call him just to make sure it was actually canceled and expired, because I knew that he still had some membership benefit hours in his account that once his account expired, it would go away, because that's just how it works. So I called, and one of my old coworkers answered. I don't think he recognized my voice or my number, and I asked if he still had a membership, and the guy was basically like, oh no, he doesn't currently have, it's not up to date. And I was like, okay, cool, so that means it's canceled, right? And he was like, no, it means it's inactive or suspended, which means they have been trying to push through a payment for the past 3 months and it hasn't been going through. The reason why being that the card that I signed up for, I ended up having to cancel and get a new one because it needed the new chip. So they had been trying to push through a payment for the past 3 months, even though it was supposed to expire and cancel, and they should not be trying to push through a payment. Now, since I work there, I know that you cannot cancel a membership without it being fully updated. So that means that I was not able to just say, oh, just cancel me out, when I still technically owed them money according to their system. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, that's weird, that's odd, and I was kind of flustered because I was driving at the time, so we just kind of ended the conversation. I thought about it for like a couple more minutes, and I was like, that's definitely not right. Like, I shouldn't be owing them any money. They shouldn't be trying to charge me. So I called back again a couple days later, talked to the manager, again, somebody else that I worked with, and even she was like, yeah, no, that's odd. I'm so sorry it was automatically put into auto renew. I can cancel you out. And I told her, I will admit, I told her, I'm like, yeah, let me also talk to my fiance because I'm thinking about signing him back up again to see if he even wants the membership, because we might just sign back up again. She was supposed to cancel it out because I'm like, I'm not paying for the past 3 months. I would just have to sign back up, not go into the auto renew. And I was looking at my bank account this past week to make sure that I was pulling out enough money for this week. And I found out that they had pushed through 2 months worth of payments. So they took out $120. I don't know exactly how it works since I had an old card on file, but I do know that it happens. Your bank will like automatically update card information. That is how sometimes they have been able to take out thousands of dollars from someone's account without saying anything to them when their card's been declined numerous times throughout the past like 2 years, and then suddenly it goes through. So I have $120 that is going to get refunded to me. I know that takes forever because it has to go through management, go up to their upper management. Sometimes it needs to go to corporate and then come all the way back down to get refunded to me. One lady once waited a full month for a $50 refund. So that's my rant. That's my little tangent of some frustration that's happening. I am now out of $120, which was basically my entire paycheck that came in on Monday. So I'm not stuffing that today. So we're just gonna get it all figured out. That refund will eventually come back into my account. And then maybe a month from now, you guys will hear me say like, hey, I finally got refunded. Drama, tea, yes. But we're just gonna kind of let it go. I'm gonna call them again. I went into the office and I talked to the front desk person because the manager wasn't there, and told her like, hey, email her, ask for a refund for me because I should not have been charged this at all. I should have been canceled out. But we're going to kind of detox a little bit and go ahead and do some cash envelope stuffing, which I'm excited for. I made some tips this week. So we're just gonna get right into that here. Alrighty, so getting into everything here, this is my bullet journal that I love to use. It is a Scribbles That Matter, got it from Amazon. The pen that I am absolutely in love with is this Pilot G2.05. And we're just gonna get into everything here now that I spent a good portion of the video ranting. So how I have everything set up is that my weekly schedule is on the left, my cash envelopes are gonna be here on the right. The way I do my budgeting is I have my paychecks pay for my bills, and then my cash tips pay for weekly spending, which includes gas, food, and toiletries, and then sinking funds, which is my car maintenance, self-gifts, February gifts, and my registration. Currently, my sinking funds are the February gifts and the registration. The ones that kind of stick around long enough, like every month, is the car maintenance and the self-gifts. If you're not sure what sinking funds are, I do have some videos where I've talked about more in depth of what my sinking funds are and how I figured out the money of how much I put away each week. But I basically describe them as little slaps in the face of payments instead of one big punch in the gut when it needs to come out. Like car maintenance, an oil change, or your registration, or something as fun as little gifts for yourself or for other people. So we have no paycheck that we're stuffing this week, even though I thought I was going to. So we're just gonna look at my cash tips. I keep them here in this handy dandy little box. Once again, I really don't know where it's from. I really wish I did know where it's from. I'm gonna see if I can find something similar to it on Amazon or something and link it down below for you. It won't be the exact same one, unfortunately. But I got this when I was in 5th grade, and I've just kind of kept it ever since. I used to sell Halloween candy out of this here. That was my first little entrepreneurship thing. I did get in trouble, of course, because that's just what happened when you try to sell candy in elementary school. So these are cash tips from everything, cash tips from both my server job, and then I also work as a busser at a food hall, and then at the food hall I also work in a vendor. So I get cash tips from both the busser and the vendor, though I get more from being a busser. The vendors is like people will drop in like $1 every once in a while. Okay, was this it? I think this was it. I really didn't have much this week. Oops, getting things. Yeah, and then I also keep my cash envelopes in here because they fit away in here really nicely. Oh no, there was another one. Right, I forgot to take money out of my server bag the other day. So here is the rest from another day. Okay. It's really great because my server job, the manager there, once again, was like super amazing. Was like, let me give you a bunch of hours now that you're leaving. And my vendor job, the manager there is really petty. And he basically was like, hey, yeah, so now that you're leaving, we're going to cut back your hours a little bit, even though I really only work 2 days a week there anyways. And he was like, that way, you know, other people can like learn, and because I have to replace you and train that person. He hasn't replaced me yet. He hasn't hired another person to take on the morning shifts that I work. And he's just giving me a hard time, basically. And I'm like, bruh, shoot, you know how expensive weddings are. Like, you know what I'm trying to do. Why? Why? But yeah, just being petty. He's never managed a restaurant before, so I'm sure just doesn't know. Anyways, let's count this up. So we got 20, 40, 50, 5, 65, 75, 85, 95, 100, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 128. Okay. Alright, so let me zoom you guys in really quickly so we can see what I'm writing down. So with this one being kind of low this week, here is what we're going to do. We're going to put the regular amount that I put in for gas, which is $70, which I know is a lot, but gas right now, but I found a gas station yesterday where the lowest amount was like $3.53, and that was like pretty low. So gas can range around $40. I live in San Diego, and so I live in like central San Diego, and I have to drive like all the way up to northern San Diego for my jobs. So the food is going to get 50, and then I'm not going to put anything into toiletries or really any of these sinking funds here. I'm going to put everything else into my car registration, which is just going to be the $8. So I'm going to make everything look real pretty here for you guys, and we're just going to get right into the stuffing. Ta-da! Okay, so here's how everything's all set up. Got my cash tips right here, envelopes right there. You see what's happening. We're just going to get right into it. So gas is going to get the regular 70. I've spent everything. 20, 40. Do I need this 5? No. Do I need this? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. 20, 40, 50. 5, 65, 70. Put a lot of ones in food. I'll exchange some of these ones when I go into work tonight and get some bigger bills. So 20, 40, 50, 5, 65, 70. Yeah. Cool. Food's gonna get to 50. So that should be everything minus $8. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. Cool. Oh, I still got $1. Wow, look at that. Go to a vending machine or something. Okay, food's all stuffed. And then just registration, it should get the last, should be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool, cool. My car registration is like close to $300. But, so I mentioned this like a long time ago. But how I used to do it and how I'm probably still going to do is if there is any money left over for my car maintenance fund, by the time my registration is due, I also use that to replenish my registration fund. Because before I used to have my registration and my car maintenance all in one envelope, but I kind of now separate them. But since I don't always spend all of my car maintenance by the time I have my registration due, that's just what I'm going to do in case I need to help fully funding it. Yeah. Anyway, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 5, 90, 5, 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. $111. So the envelopes that I use here, the nice and pretty ones, are from Budgetlikeabossbabe. They're really cute. I absolutely love them. This one I probably need to redo the writing that I have in here because I touch them so often. And then these are just old envelopes that I've made. I bought like a pack of envelopes from Target for like 69 cents, and I just drew on them because they're cute and they're cheap, and there's a really good option if you want to make them sturdier. I've heard just using good old Scotch tape really helps, so that way you don't need to buy a laminator or anything. But that's going to do that for that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright, so that does it for my cash envelope stuffing video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it and didn't burn yourself on that tea that I spilled. I do get paid from all of my jobs this week, so hopefully I make enough money to fulfill my student loan payment, which is what that last like $120 was supposed to go towards, was my student loan payment. If not, it's okay. I do have my bills envelope and I do have my emergency fund. I don't feel bad about dipping into my emergency fund about this because I did have the money and then it got taken away from me unfairly. So just stay tuned for all the drama. Keeping up with Quinn here, haha. Since it is my final weeks at my jobs here in San Diego, which I'm really sad about, but also kind of excited for the new chapter of life that I'm going into, I had a viewer suggest that I do kind of a vlog style of showing how I work 3 jobs and how it all comes together. And in those videos, do a Q&A. So if you guys want, I'm totally down to do it. I'm probably just gonna do it. So leave some questions down in the comments below of this video that I will answer in that vlog style video where I kind of take you along with some work days with me. Currently, I have 2 different types of doubles that I work. No day, no week is ever the exact same, especially these coming weeks. Like I mentioned, one job is being kind of petty with the hours right now. So yeah, leave some questions down in the comments. They could be specifically just about me. They could be about the marriage life, could be about long distance engagement life. They could be about just working 3 jobs. If you guys liked the video, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to see more of my face and see me try to conquer the human race, go ahead and subscribe. You can find me at all of my social media at QuinneKalyn. We can chat, become best friends. I'll be doing a poll on my Instagram for some more of those questions, so make sure that you follow so you can leave me the questions directly down there. Tell your dog I say hi. But yes, I love and appreciate you guys so very much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Just a cup of coffee, but the imagery still stands. Jennifer Coolidge. I'm taking the dog. I'm taking the dog. Jennifer Coolidge. You know, you're just not very pretty and you're not very bright. And that's a terrible, terrible impression. Jennifer Coolidge. I'm taking the dog.